In Matthew chapter 14, we have an incredible story where Jesus feeds 5,000 people. He was in a remote area with his disciples, and as he was teaching the masses, it came time for them to eat, and there was no food. Jesus turns to his disciples and says, "You feed them." Well, they get this surprised look on their face, and they say, "Jesus, the food, any place that we could buy it is so far away." Well, Jesus knew what he was going to do. He said, "What do you have?" There was a small boy with 5 loaves and 2 fish, willing to give them to Jesus. Jesus then took the loaves and fish, lifted them up in a basket, prayed over them that God would bless them, and then asked the disciples to begin distributing them among the people. Miraculously, the food kept multiplying until everyone had eaten until they were full. In fact, there were 12 baskets of leftovers, more than he started with. From this, we see 3 attributes of faith. Faith will lead you to believe, to pray, and to act. Doubt doesn't do any of these things. Doubt won't lead you to believe. Doubt won't lead you to pray. Doubt certainly won't lead you to act. Hebrews 11:6 says, "And without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him." In my own life, I've had to apply this, sometimes in difficult circumstances. My oldest son, Joshua, when he was young, his intestines were intertwined, almost in a knot, causing him great discomfort. We went to the hospital, and the doctor first told me that he was going to have to do emergency surgery. Of course, this scares young parents, so my wife and I prayed, believing that God could do something. Now, I want to say here, God doesn't owe me a miracle, but I believed he could do something. After praying, we went back and I asked the doctor to check my son one more time before surgery. He scanned him again, came back to me with this surprised look on his face. He said, "Your son's intestines are going back into place, and I don't know how." They never did surgery on my son, and I praise God for that miracle. I don't know that God will always act that quickly for you, but I do know this: faith believes, faith prays, and faith acts. I want to remind you of this as well. The young boy that gave Jesus his 5 loaves and 2 fish, surrendering them to the Lord, he didn't know what he would get, but he got to eat too until he was full. Faith believes, faith prays, and faith takes action.